Hi there, Brent here is personal coach. I'm here for you with another video. I wanted to talk to you on the subject of productivity, which is something that I come around to every once in a while. Sometimes I spend a lot of time in the spiritual side of things where it's all about, loving everything as it is, accepting everything as it is. And then sometimes we're over in this other end where it's, how do we get shit done? How do we become the best that we can possibly be? How can we just express our potential as completely and as fully as possible so that we get to live our lives as people who just get it all out, get it all done, and become the greatest form that we can become in this life. That's something that's of great interest to me. It's been something of considerable anxiety for a long time, and I'm pleased to tell you that my anxiety is coming down about that. And I'm really excited to help you come to a similar place. So it's Saturday, and Saturdays can sometimes be a hard time for me, especially when I'm alone in the house. My wife, she's out on, she's traveling. She's in Morocco right now on work, which is great for her. but so for me, I'm here by myself, and this Saturday afternoon, there's been this big expanse of time in which I could be getting something done. And whenever, like if I'm at, say, work, my day job as a fundraiser or whatever else, if my time is occupied, there's this sense of like relaxation in the sense that there's nothing else expected of me other than what I'm doing in that moment. But if I have free time that I could be getting something done with, suddenly all this anxiety comes up, and there's all this like, what should I do? What should I be doing? Oh no, I've already wasted this hour. I better get down to it. What am I going to do now? And it's just, oh my God, I'm fucking this up. And it just, everything gets really scary and really tense and really unpleasant. And so something snapped me out of it today. This fear of wasting time, this fear of, because, having a fear of wasting time, it applies on a small scale, like the fear of wasting an hour or wasting a day. But the same fear applies on the long term, like the grand macro scale, which is the fear of wasting your life, or, coming to the end of your life and feeling regret of having wasted, your resources of time. You see what I'm saying? And here's what I discovered about how to come out of this fear of wasting time. Ultimately, what we're after, if we have a fear of wasting time, is a sense of accomplishment, a sense of having achieved, and the satisfaction that comes from that feeling. And we're brought up to believe, understandably, that the sense and feeling of accomplishment is only something you're entitled to if you get something done that merits that sense of accomplishment. Otherwise, what you're left with is a feeling of regret or shame of having wasted time. And so some people use this as a motivator. So much do they want to have this feeling of accomplishment that they'll just go out and they'll, do as much as they can so they can feel it at the end. They can crack open a beer and just feel amazing about themselves. But the trouble with this is that when we decide that certain things need to get done before we can feel a sense of accomplishment about our time that's passed, somebody needs to draw that line in the sand, so to speak. There's somebody that needs to make up their mind about whether or not you deserve that sense of accomplishment. So when we're kids, usually our parents or teachers or role models will tell us, yeah, okay, wow, you did a good job. Wow, you just relaxed. That was a good day. You did a good job today. And then when we grow up, we start doing that for ourselves. We start speaking to ourselves in such a way, okay, you only deserve to feel accomplished or good or satisfied or fulfilled if you have X, Y, and Z done, and you have these conditions that you have in your head. So I have this other video that is called Conditional Wellness, or rather it is called Unconditioned Wellness. in which I talk about how a sense of peace and a sense of wholeness and a sense of completeness is our birthright, and it's available to us now, and we're entitled to it now. And the only reason why we wouldn't move into that state of wellness right now is because we don't feel deserving of it, or we have mental reasons why we're not allowed to get into it. And so those are the conditions that we put on our wellness. And in that video, I talk about not having conditions on your wellness. And so in this video, I want you to consider a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction and accomplishment. This kind of particular feeling, I want you to consider this a part of wellness that you are entitled to feel now already. That any sense of whether or not you deserve to feel accomplished as a person is ultimately fictitious. It's ultimately something you make up, and it's not real. It's totally arbitrary. So therefore, I want you to feel fully and completely deserving of satisfaction, accomplishment, and fulfillment. Now, there's a great chance that as you're hearing this, you're like, yeah, Brent, but if I allow myself to feel that way now, then I won't get anything done. Nothing will change, because, if that isn't driving me, then what is going to drive me? You make a good point, imaginary person that I'm talking to. And nevertheless, if you're listening to this video and if you've come with me this far, then my guess is that on some level you really believe that your reality is created by your thoughts. Rather, your reality is created by your constant repetitive thinking and your beliefs and how you, and your frames that you approach the world with. If you are going about your day constantly affirming, I'm not accomplished yet, I'm not done yet, I'm not done yet, I haven't done enough, I haven't done enough, I haven't done enough, then from the universe's perspective, all the universe hears is just, I haven't done enough. And the universe just kind of reflects that back at you. It helps you create more of a reality in which you haven't done enough. It's really, there's a really intimate kind of treadmill effect about it, where you just, as long as you keep affirming, I haven't done enough, and as long as you keep affirming, I don't deserve to feel satisfied, all you get is just more of that reality that you're affirming, and then it just becomes real again and again and again and again and again. Your reality, as a general rule, is a reflection of what you're offering to it at all points, in your thoughts and your feelings. So what I want to invite you and me to do is to enter into a state of accomplishment and to start living from it and to start being it, and to start reacquainting yourself with this feeling of I'm successful, I'm fulfilled, I'm satisfied. And to get into it, to anchor yourself in it, to find more reasons right now why it's already true, that operative word being already. And making a home in it, and really insist on making a home in it, and to really, really not believe any voice in you that starts barking at you about whether or not you deserve to feel accomplished. Just releasing that. Just realizing that a sense of that just to just be accomplishment. Like I hesitate just now because I want to say that just being alive is accomplishment, and it's the sort of thing that's almost like a person would reject right on its face. It's like, no, not, just being alive is the minimum. But what if just being alive, what if just being yourself was your offering? What if just existing in this room as yourself, just taking one breath after another, what if that was the accomplishment? Let's experiment with this together, and let's go deeper and deeper into this feeling. Because if we can, then we can start really creating in all the big, massive ways that we see in our imagination. And we can really start expanding and moving in a more upward way instead of just running into the same problems again and again and again. So that's what I got for you. I would like to talk about this a little bit more later as we continue to explore this. But in the meantime, I hope you have an amazing weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.